2026 is about to be insane for gaming. We're talking next-gen graphics, mind-bending storylines, and games that are going to completely redefine what we expect from the industry. Today, I'm counting down the 5 games you absolutely cannot miss. From massive open-world epics to story-driven masterpieces, we've got the ultimate lineup that's going to dominate your gaming calendar next year. We're talking about titles with cutting-edge mechanics, visuals that will blow your mind, and gameplay innovations that'll have you questioning everything. Whether you're a console gamer, a PC enthusiast, or just someone who loves incredible gaming experiences, these 5 games are going to be worth every minute of your time. So stick around as we break down each of these incredible titles and explain exactly why they deserve a spot on your 2026 must-play list. Let's get into it.
I'm not loving the odds.
I've had worse.
In that case.
Well, what are we waiting for?
First up, let's talk about 007 First Light, a game that's already making huge waves in the gaming community, and for good reason. Developed by IO Interactive, the minds behind the acclaimed Hitman series, First Light promises to deliver the most immersive James Bond experience ever. This time, we're not playing as the iconic, experienced spy. This is the origin story. You jump in as a young, sometimes reckless James Bond, freshly recruited into MI6 and facing his first trial by fire on his way to earning that legendary 00 status. What makes 007 First Light stand out is the sheer variety in gameplay. You'll get to approach missions how you want. Go full stealth, use clever gadgets to outsmart enemies, or go loud and make an explosive entrance. Thanks to IO Interactive's expertise, every mission gives you sandbox freedom. Whether you're sneaking into guarded compounds, racing through high-stakes car chases, or even dangling above crocodile-infested waters in classic Bond fashion. The environments are lush, richly detailed, and truly feel like you're starring in a Bond film. And in terms of story, First Light is set to be a fresh take. It dives deep into the formative years of Bond's career, introducing us to new versions of classic characters like M, Q, and Moneypenny, as well as original faces who shape Bond's journey. Combined with narrative depth, action-packed gameplay, and the ability to replay missions in multiple ways, this title is looking like an absolute must-play for both Bond fans and action-adventure lovers. 007. First Light could easily set the standard for cinematic spy games in 2026. Now, let's talk about Crimson Desert. And this is a game that's been flying under the radar for a lot of people. But trust me, it deserves your attention. Developed by Pearl Abyss, the studio behind Black Desert Online, they've crafted something completely different in a full-fledged, single-player open-world action RPG set on the continent of Pyrul. You play as Cliff, a mercenary leader of the Greymanes, and the game kicks off with your crew getting absolutely decimated by rival mercenaries. From there, it's your mission to rebuild your company, hunt down your enemies, and uncover powerful artifacts that are reshaping the world itself. The story is genuinely gripping, filled with political intrigue, personal vengeance, and world-altering consequences. But here's what really sets Crimson Desert apart, i.e. the combat is phenomenal. This isn't your typical floaty action RPG. Every fight is weighty, tactical, and absolutely visceral. You've got parrying, grappling, environmental kills. Imagine kicking an enemy into fire or using the landscape to your advantage. The animations are motion captured from professional stunt performers, so every hit feels impactful and cinematic. Whether you're using swords, axes, or dual daggers, combat encounters feel like you're starring in an action film. The world itself is stunning. Multiple regions with castles, towns, and hidden treasures scattered across gorgeous environments. Plus, you'll encounter mythical beasts, mechanical dragons, and dynamic encounters that make exploration genuinely rewarding. The game lets you approach missions your way. Stealth, brute force, or clever strategies all work. What I love most is that Crimson Desert feels like a love letter to classic action-adventure games. It's polished, ambitious, and delivers on the promise of a full, story-driven open-world experience. Releasing March 19th, 2026, this is absolutely one of those titles that could define next year's gaming landscape.
Must be here somewhere.
Our next pick is the Blood of Dawnwalker, and this is a game I'm genuinely excited about. Developed by Rebel Wolves and published by Band AI Namco, it's a dark fantasy action RPG set in 14th century medieval Europe during the height of the Black Death. But here's the twist. You're not just any survivor. You're a Dawnwalker, a rare being cursed to exist as human by day and vampire by night. You play as Cohen, and you have 30 days to save your family from execution by the vampire monarchy. It's a race against time with genuine stakes. The genius of this game is the dual gameplay system. By day, you're human relying on sword skills, directional blocking, and tactical combat. You can talk to NPCs, solve problems peacefully, and access areas blocked off at night. You can shadow step, teleport instantly, walk on walls using plane shift, and engage in stealth gameplay with vampiric powers. Here's what makes it incredible. Both approaches are completely valid. A single quest can be solved in multiple ways, depending on whether you play during day or night. The devs took this so seriously that they actually redesigned mechanics based on community feedback to make combat accessible without sacrificing depth. You've got directional blocking for challenge seekers and omnidirectional options for story-focused players. The combat itself is brutal and tactical. Hex magic like burning blood boils enemies' blood. Devastating finisher moves are visceral, and your vampiric hunger creates meaningful consequences. Lose control, and you lock yourself out of quest lines. Plus, you can permanently kill important NPCs, changing the story forever. This is narrative sandbox design at its finest. What I love most is the sheer ambition. Every quest has 2 distinct playthroughs. The world reacts to your choices, and your morality matters. Do you feed on animals, knock humans unconscious, or embrace your hunger completely? These choices shape who Cohen becomes.
Us through. I beg of you. Please. Please. I don't know. How?
I am life. I am death. I am everything in between. I have been watching your little valley. Pestilence, famine, killing, blood spilt carelessly like water. Things will be different now. For all of you.
Up next is Valor Mortis, and if you're a Souls-like fan, this one's going to blow your mind. Developed by One More Level, the masterminds behind Ghost Runner, they've created something truly special, a first-person Souls-like action RPG set in an alternate, plague-ravaged 19th century Europe during the Napoleon's Wars. You play as William, a soldier of Napoleon's Grande Armée, who's been resurrected with the corrupting power of a mysterious plague flowing through his veins. Your mission? Battle horrifying abominations and uncover a conspiracy that threatens all of humanity. The premise alone is gripping, but the execution is where Valor Mortis shines. The combat is absolutely phenomenal. This is Souls-like done in first person, and it works incredibly well. You've got precise parrying, tactical dodging, and visceral finishers with multiple weapons, swords, bayonets, and more. What sets it apart is the supernatural twist. Your corruption gives you powers to enhance attacks and unlock devastating abilities. You're not just a fighter, you're wielding dark magic that evolves as you progress. Here's what I love. One More Level didn't overcomplicate it. They brought their Ghost Runner expertise, so movement is fluid and responsive. The level design is Metroidvania inspired, encouraging exploring you with secrets that boost your survival chances. Plus, when you die and lose your resources, they're dropped at the boss arena's entrance, not forcing you to grind endlessly. That's intelligent design. The atmosphere is phenomenal, dark, historical, genuinely unsettling. Coming 2026, Valor Mortis is a must-play for anyone craving a fresh take on the Souls-like genre.
What you doing up there?
I'm just fixing some leaks.
Seriously, dude, you got some time on your hands. I got some properties with paying tenants.
Well, that's why you came by?
Just go get me my checks.
See you, Brian. Love you, Jason.
And finally, the moment every gamer has been waiting for, Grand Theft Auto 6. After over a decade since GTA V, Rockstar Games is bringing us back to Vice City, reimagined as part of the fictional state of Leonida, based on modern-day Florida. This isn't just a sequel, it's a complete revolution in open-world gaming. For the first time in franchise history, you're not playing solo. GTA V features dual protagonists, Jason Duval, a former soldier-turned-criminal, and Lucia Caminos, the series' first female lead. She's recently released from prison and becomes partners with Jason in an ambitious bank robbery that spirals into a statewide conspiracy. The chemistry between these two characters drives an entirely new narrative experience. But here's what makes GTA 6 genuinely groundbreaking. The world itself is alive. NPCs behave with advanced AI. They shop, exercise, socialize, and react naturally to your actions. The police system has been completely overhauled. Now, CCTV cameras and civilian descriptions track you. Simply changing clothes or switching cars becomes essential for escape. Police respond differently based on crime severity. It's tactical, intelligent, and immensely satisfying. Combat has been refined with expanded drive-by mechanics, new stealth systems, and you can use hostages as shields or tie up NPCs with zip ties. The weapon customization is deeper than ever. Plus, the world parodies 2020s American culture, social media influencers, modern law enforcement with body cameras, and satirical takes on Florida man. Culture permeates the entire experience. What I love most is Rockstar's ambition. They're creating Vice City as a massive, dynamic living world packed with minigames like kayaking, fishing, and dirt bike racing. Every mission feels like you're starring in a cinematic crime drama. Launching May 26th, 2026, GTA 6, GTA V is the game the entire industry has been waiting for. So there you have it, 5 absolutely incredible games that are going to reshape gaming in 2026. From the spy thriller origins of 007 First Light to the brutal fantasy of Crimson Desert, the Souls-like revolution of Valor Mortis, the narrative masterpiece of the Blood of Dawnwalker, and the open-world evolution of GTA V, this year is absolutely stacked. Each of these titles brings something fresh, something ambitious, and something that's going to define the conversation around gaming for years to come. Whether you're into action, RPGs, crime sagas, or cinematic storytelling, 2026 has something that's going to blow your mind. Which of these 5 are you most hyped about? Drop your picks in the comments below. I'd love to know which game has you counting down the days. And if you enjoyed this breakdown, smash that like button, subscribe for more gaming content and deep dives into upcoming releases. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Stay gaming.